Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the More Analytics Afternoon S&P 500 Gold and Bitcoin podcast for December 17th, going into the 18th. Let's start off with the S&P 500. Okay, we've been bullish overall from 3502. We've seen 3,486 to the upside. A lot of other bullish calls in here. Then we rolled over, held exhaustion below at 65 and a quarter and bounced 463. Number of other bullish calls in here. All the above are on hold, except for all these are on hold. And then I said this morning that this is currently bearish short term, but decent trade above 68.51, 51 minus 8 per hour will warn a decent strength. We did not see that. We missed the decent, which was 36.25, and rolled over. Furthermore, we took out 68.51 and a quarter decently, and that warrants a continued pressure. If we then take out 67.91 and a quarter, that'll further warrant a pressure. And I also warned a pressure here below 68.05 as well. I think there's a good likelihood we're going to see a washout down here to the 66 area. If we see a decent penetration back above this formation right here, which is going to come in at 68.40, 19 minus 1.53 per hour, that'll warn of renewed strength again. As I've been saying the past couple of days, this momentum in this has been rolling over here on the lows, rolling over on the highs, and I think we're due to a good washout down there. I'd also note that there is a substantial formation down here. I mean, I know we're a ways away from that, but I would be aware of it in the days ahead. That's going to come in at 65.70, 33, and a decent break below there is going to project this downward another 350 points. Obviously, we'd like to see I'd like to see a bounce off of it before breaking right through it. And if this starts, I would also just note this. I'm going to zoom out for a second, so it's going to look like there's all kinds of weird lines all over the place for a second, but going from a 60-minute chart to a daily chart. And I would note for this entire move up down here at 2174, we were in the last stretches of that. The bottom of that final exhaustion there is at 69.91.22. And I would note that in the March contract, the high was 69.88 even, just a couple points from that level, and we started to roll over. So if we roll over from here into a full-on bearish correction, it could exceed 450 points from this high down to the downside. Okay, and the gold. Kind of a quiet day today. Tomorrow has a good likelihood of seeing range expansion. We've been bullish in here from August 16, 2018, from 1183, and we've seen 3,214.3 per ounce to the upside. A lot of other bullish calls in here. I'm not going to get into all these. In a lower time frame, trade above 39.7320 has brought in 414.6 of strength. A number of other bullish calls here. And then I stated that a decent penetration above this current formation here at 43.6610 minus 1.3 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Will warn of decent strength. If we break above there decently and back down through it decently, look for decent pressure to come in. Bear with me a minute. A decent penetration in there is going to be 31.3 overnight until tomorrow's open. Thereafter, it'll be 28. And like I said, good likelihood of seeing decent penetration, there's a good likelihood of seeing range expansion tomorrow. Okay, and then the Bitcoin, we've been bullish overall from 16,275. We've seen 110,965 to the upside. A lot of other bullish calls in here. Then we get bearish below 124, 228. We saw 43,478 from there. And we had a couple of different time frame calls in either direction here. And then more recently, the trade below 64,420 projected this downward 2,500 minimum, 7,000 plus maximum. We attained 7,095 of that. Then the trade below 92.75 said projects this downward 4,000 minimum, 7,700 plus maximum. We attained 4,950 of that. The trade below 88,435 brought in 3,110 to the downside here before breaking above, where I said to get long above this area right here, get long on a decent penetration of 86,909. And we had a rally up to whatever this high is, 95.65 before rolling over. We did not fail below the line decently yet. If we do fail below the line decently, though, that'll take bearish calls off, hold. That line's going to come in at 86,638. Minus 33 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excuse me. Decent penetration in there is going to be 1760 overnight, and after 9 o'clock will be 1550. Decent trade above this formation above here, which is going to come in at 93.59. Minus 31 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. That'll warrant a decent strength as well. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you in tomorrow's podcast.